Hey guys, thank you for supporting the channel. YouTube changed the rules, so green text channels like mine probably won't get monetized ever, unless something will change. Your help keeps the channel going. Thank you so much, and enjoy the next video.
I'll go first. Be me. 15. Taking a piss before bed. Hear a death metal mixed with cat cry scream. MFW. Run to bedroom window cause it was the only one open. See a giant shadow walk away from bottom floor window. Shit a brick. Decide to lay in bed and watch phone. Hear it again. This time it's louder. Decide I'm too tired for this shit and make the choice that if a fuck off monster wants to spook me I'll just ignore it. Lay in bed for 2 hours. Hear it 5 fucking times in those 2 hours. Eventually fall asleep. Wake up and take out trash and walk under bedroom window. Weird footprints that look like dog with kitchen knives attached. Never hear noise again. Decide to ignore the whole incident cause I think I sound crazy. 4 years later and still haven't heard it again despite living in same house.
Be me 12 years old. At my granddad's house while my dad takes some furniture out. Would already taken the couch out and put 2 chairs in its place, one was a swivel chair. Watching TV when the swivel chair starts turning towards me. Stops when it's facing me. I turn it to face the TV again. It turns to face me again. I do this about 3 more times and each time it turns to face me. Eventually leave cause my dad finished moving stuff out the bedroom. Never had a chance to go back before the landlord started renting it to someone else. I wasn't scared or anything cause if it was a ghost it was probs just my granda, still spooky.
B13. Walk out into home hallway in the middle of the night. Turn on light. Immediately see a half-decayed goat/human thing standing in the corner seemingly scared of me at the end of the hall. Look away. Look back. It's gone.
Be me. Have an air purifier that only kicks in when it senses air quality has dropped. Middle of the night. Suddenly air purifier kicks on. Realize I farted so hard that it brought the air quality of my room down. Laughed so hard I woke my family up.
Haven't told this one in a while. Not me but a nurse I worked with. Omaha or Lincoln, 1990s. First of many waves of crystal meth epidemic hitting the city. Guy brought to the hospital with all the classic symptoms. Doesn't fit the stereotype user though, wearing a suit, well groomed. Guy is losing his mind and when the cops bring him in, trying everything he can think of to get loose, screaming like a madman. As soon as cops leave the room he calms down. Local PD don't have a great reputation and this wasn't long after the whole Rodney King ordeal so nurses just assume cops were mistreating him. Guy goes from shouting, to kind of chanting, to just talking in a regular voice, but in gibberish. A couple of Pentecostal nurses think he's speaking in tongues. Resident is called down to asses, pretty sure at this point whatever it is isn't meth. Resident is from Saudi Arabia. He starts listening to patient talk before he gets to the room. Stops in his tracks, listens in for a few seconds, then nopes back to his office. Nurse telling the story goes to his office and tells him to get his shit together and go asses like he's supposed to. Resident tells her there's no way in hell he's going near that guy. Nurse asks why not. Resident explains that the guy isn't speaking in tongues, he's speaking perfectly fluent Arabic. Trouble is, he's very clearly talking to a demon. Guy starts bellowing like an ox again, loud enough to be heard in the office. Patient switches between this and very calmly, matter-of-factly, telling nurses and other patients I'm going to eat your eyes. Eventually put into a padded room for patient safety. Every time somebody goes into the room to give him food or check on him he fights like a cornered animal. Comes out of it the next day. Super nice to everybody, has no recollection of anything that happened to him for the past couple days. Guy doesn't speak a word of any other language besides English.
B. Living on farm. Night, about 11 o'clock, dark as hell. Procrastinated all day and only remembered to feed horsies when I was going to bed. Scared cause night, so grab my 9mm cause pussy. All goes well. B. In barn getting feed. Hear weird noise behind me, kinda like the HL2 stalker scream but quieter and more high-pitched. Turn around with gun drawn. Safety off. GIF. Sparse moonlight, but can see a small black creature about the size of a dog in doorframe. Can see at least one eye glistening in the light on top of its head. Pic related MS Paint drawing of the thing. Point gun at it, yell, fuck off. It opens maw and screeches again, see glistening fangs. It starts advancing. Boom. Fucker gets launched backwards, screeching while doing so. It gets back up quickly. Tries to leap at me but its leg must be fucked or something, cause it only goes like 4 inches off the ground. Thing is on the ground screeching at me, walk over to it. Decide to stomp it until death. Horses all riled up by now, so the beast's screeching is mixed with 6 horses neighing. Try to bring boot down on it, but hurts like hell, like it's a porcupine or something. It has a couple of spines running down its back, somehow went through my boot. Thing bites my ankle. Boom. Little fucker staggered for a moment, but mostly unharmed, kick it off of boot and into barn siding. Thing leaps again, but I dodge out of way, sounds like those leapy things from transit. Boom. Aim for the eye this time. Cunt gets flipped over. Boom. Shot for the stomach this time, seems to be genuinely hurt by now. Pursue. It tries backing away but I grab its leg. Covered in slippery oil like fluid. Thing feels kinda scaly, but hard to tell. Throw into barn again. Keep in mind thing is screeching like transit fog goblin this entire time. Boom. Stops moving and screech dies down into a grumble. Use first aid kit on my leg and reload. Go to sleep. Wake and type this out. Post on 4chan. Any idea what this was?
Be me/K/fag that has never touched this cursed board in my life. Last week in central Wisconsin and want to look at stars. Fire up my lawn chair and Gen 3 PVS 7 nods. Night vision is amazing for stargazing. Immediately notice a shit ton of satellites zipping across the sky, way more than usual. I assume it's a new mass Starlink satellite launch despite their chaotic directions. Then I witness one just break into a crazy S-curve pattern across the entire night sky and disappear over the horizon while swerving at unthinkable speeds. I know it's not the craziest story by a long shot, but I know I didn't hallucinate it and I have no one else to tell about it. I also went out again the next day and just observed the normal sparse satellite traffic, am still spooked and have no idea what the hell I witnessed.
Had a somewhat similar experience but in West Virginia. I used to be into alien stuff as a child, but I never really believed in it afterwards. Walking out to my porch for a smoke, and decide to look up. As I turn my head upwards to the sky, I see what initially looked to be a plane with alternating lights. In a half second, I realized that the object was moving at way too fast of speeds to be regular aircraft, and the alternation of lights would be seizure-inducing if it weren't so high in the air. Begin to think, am I really fucking seeing a UFO right now? What little skepticism still existed left when the path of the object made no sense. If it was some experimental craft manned by a pilot, it wouldn't be making pointless zigzag maneuvers in the air. Then it darts off west. Even if it was less than 20 seconds, it was frankly a bizarre experience. I did the same thing as you for the next few days and kept observing the sky at night, but it yielded no results.
Very weird thing happened to me when I was young, one of my first memories. Be me. 3 years old. Hobble my ass to the bathroom of the condo that my family was living at the time. Get up on step stool, looking at myself in the mirror. Find my dad's razor on the counter, pick it up. Look back up to the mirror. My entire face and body, as well as the room, is covered in blood, literally looks like something from a horror movie. Somehow, not scared shitless, most likely the tism. Put the razor back on the counter. Look back up. Everything returns to normal, no blood at all. Go about the rest of what I did that day. This is literally one of my first memories. Was my life saved by some kind of spiritual/divine interference? I had literally zero fear seeing myself in the mirror covered in blood, although I was way too young to even question whether or not what I saw was strange. Any opinions?
Oh hell, why not? This one still gives me goosebumps. About 10 to 11 years old. Drifting off to sleep around 11 p.m. My bedroom is next to a little study room with a hallway. I suddenly see out of the corner of my eye a silhouette with long hair walk from the hallway into the study. Figure it's my mom going to turn off the light in the study. Light turns off. Then on. Then off. On. Off. Weird behavior for my mom. I'm gonna ask her what she's doing. Wait for her to come out of the room. No one ever does. Call out. No answer. Total silence in the study. No one is in there. Lay in bed freaked out for hours, just watching the hallway. No one ever comes out of the room until I finally pass out from exhaustion and stress.
Around 5 to 6. Go sit down on toilet while looking out the window at night. Stare at the brightest star for a bit, then notice it starts to shapeshift. Turns into a cartoonish 5-pointed star but has uncanny, human-like facial features. Was kinda funny at first, waving at me and mouthing some BS about me getting closer to it while I was dumping. Try to ignore and deny what it's saying, suddenly feel sick and notice a sudden shift in mood as it starts. Aporiking me from the sky, looks pissed and don't remember what it was mouthing off, but it starts laughing at me as I frantically try to wipe my ass. Felt overwhelming presence getting stronger, so I fucking ran out with poop and told my parents. Go back, nothing there, and got beat. The star shook me so bad my aunties and a priest had to come in to pray and exorcise. It still bothers me every now and then, and one of the few times I've felt that sinking feeling was the first sleep paralysis and another bathroom incident where something tried to lure me away. Feels like you are about to actually die. Years later I saw it again in a large school book, and after coming to life it started waving and following me with its eyes, so I just stayed outside. Fuck that nigga.